Welcome to World of X Games Real Ski. I'm your host, Tom Wall. Over the years of X Games Real Ski, we've seen some of the heaviest video parts ever filmed. We've also seen some of the gnarliest urban features and tricks that have legitimately never been done before. And that's what X Games Real Ski is all about. Let's take a look back at some of the history of this event.
Getting an X Games invite to any event is special, but when there's only 6 people involved, I mean, it's definitely an honor.
And the invite alone is an acknowledgement that you are one of the top film skiers in the world. We've got the first female Taylor Lundquist to compete in X Games Real Ski. We've got some of the biggest stars on the competition circuit like Alex Hall and Ferdinand Dahl. We've got the heaviest and gnarliest urban skiers, Lupe Hagearty and Alex Hackel. And as well, we've got one of the most legendary free skiers of all time, Tanner Hall.
I did this event in 2018. I'll be the first to tell you it is one of the gnarliest events out there.
It's so much pressure on yourself. You turn the switch on, you know, X game mode, and it's like do or die kind of mode.
You typically film a part over an entire season and condense it into 2 months. By the end of it, you're tired, you're beaten, but you're so stoked on the product that came out of it. And that's really what this is all about.
A lot of times it's about doing something where someone says, oh, I never even would have thought of that. That's what we want to see.
Free skiing isn't just confined to one type of skiing. So this year for X Games Real Ski, the rulebook's out the window and we've got a new format. You're not just going to see urban skiing, we could see anything from backcountry, park riding, any type of skiing the riders choose.
For the skiers to make an X Games Real Ski event, you got to come with it, you know what I mean? If you ain't going to bring it, like, just don't even come at all, because now our sport is at such a high level, I feel like, and you know, people are insane on skis these days.
This is World of X Games Real Ski. Welcome back to World of X Games Real Ski. Now let's check in with our returning fan favorite from last year's Real Ski event, Alex Hackel, and his filmer, Ferdinand Dahl.
My name is Alex Hackel, and I'm from Boston, Massachusetts.
Their video last year was no slouch. The production quality was super high. You mix in a really high quality filmer with their core values of this contest, and it's kind of an unbeatable combination.
You know, you might be thinking, you know, primetime ABC, right? You guys just make television. Well, you know what? Television makes us, and today we're gonna be making a motor. And then when you like fix everything, you just put this thing back, and then you just go, yeah, I'm ready to drop. Okay, drop it in 3, 2, 1.
Hackel's mechanic skills, they're just not quite there yet.
I can't really tell you I know how to work these things. And I can't tell you that I know how to replace anything on this. It's really humbling when you get a real ski because it's such an honor and it's such a personal honor. All the pressure is on you. You're the only one that can do the skiing for this project. You would think that when you have sort of the most personal pressure, that it would be yourself that would be able to get you through it. And then you realize that it's really the crew around you, and that even though you have a very selfish goal, that you rely so much on everybody around you the whole time, and that the sacrifices that they make for you are so important, and that you yourself feel kind of helpless, and you really start to see sort of the power in the group and why the group is so important. I'm not an unhealthy guy, Some people call me
Let's go! Let's go! There was a whole lot of convincing going on this year to get me back into it. I've done it once as a skier and once as a filmer before, and it's a whole lot of work. Like, people watching this doesn't even know half of it. It's like so much work, and when there's the X Games medal on the line, you're definitely going to push yourself to the absolute edge of what you're capable of.
You know, Paven has such a unique film style because he's such a good skier himself, and that, you know, this year we really wanted to make it not just about the skiing, but, you know, it's filmmaking and it's about feeling and emotions, and we sort of wanted to, you know, put the filming on a higher pedestal and value it at a higher rate than we did last year.
We chose a spot for a certain type of follow cam. It took us 4 days to get the shot.
Sometimes getting clipped in the street is a marathon. Doing 26 miles of hard work, and you can only blame yourself when you're in a marathon. We're just working out this timing here. You know, we're ready to snap. We're just making sure everything looks good.
And it was a trick that Hackel probably could have done in 1 day or 2 days. But the filming was so hard that a lot of the times when Hackel got the trick, I messed up the filming because it was like on the edge of what we could do and still make it look good.
Some things require talent, some things require vision, and some things require talent and vision. This requires talent, vision, and a good driver.
Feel that pressure?
I feel it.
Feel my hand right there.
Woohoo!
This is me giving you everything I have for you to succeed in this mission here.
It practically took just 2 days of figuring out, and then we kind of got the shot, and then we were like, that trick doesn't really cut it. But we can't do Hack can't do an easy trick because then it doesn't fit in the video. It took a lot of time and a lot of tries. It was tough, but it paid off, I think.
See you on the other side.
Our goal this year is for sure to make something a little bit surprising, or like have elements that you might not be used to seeing in this competition, like filming wise for sure. Try to figure out ways to incorporate what I'm doing into the skiing more. Woo! I know Hackel is always pushing his skiing, so we both knew, I think, that the skiing was going to be a step over what it was last year, and then it was just a matter of what are we going to do that is not skiing that is going to bring the video forward.
So much stuff is possible on skis. Like, you can do so much more than you can even think, and it really is limitless. And in 10 years people are going to be doing things on skis that I can't even think about. You know, the biggest thing between that moment and now, 10 years from now skiing and now, is sort of our outlooks towards what's possible. And so I would say that why it's so difficult, or why it can be difficult to get a shot you're proud of, is because it's mental. It's in your head. You know that it's physically possible. What's up, ESPN? You want to get paid? You want to look this gorgeous? You got to take some hits. My name is Alex Hackel, and this is my real ski video.
Vem kan segla förutan vind? Vem kan ro utan åror? Vem kan skiljas från vännen sin utan att fälla tårar? Vem kan skiljas från vännen sin utan att fälla tårar? Jag kan segla utan vind. Jag kan ro utan årar. Men mig skiljer
They're doing a toe-in follow cam from behind a car, and the camera pulls forward to Hackel as he lets go of the car, and the car is gone. And the camera guy, you think he was in the car, but now they're coming through this tight little gap and disastering onto a double kink, and where'd the car go? Like, right off the bat, your like mind is blown.
Seeing this video does make you realize how important the filmer is to showcasing the skiing and that athlete's abilities in the right light.
On his dub flat 7, I didn't love that you couldn't see the beginning of that trick. It made me kind of wonder what was behind and why that was a choice. Because everything, I know how the bunch films is everything's very deliberate. It just makes me wonder why they filmed it that way, because it was a very, to me, felt incomplete shot.
Next up, a man that needs no introduction, the man, the myth, the legend, Tanner Hall, and his filmer, Leland McNamara.
What up, Tanner Hall here, 37 years old, from Kalispell, Montana.
He's the reason that park skiing and urban skiing and backcountry skiing is like where it is today.
Tanner won his first X Games medal 20 years ago and is a contender for an X Games medal this year. That right there is insane. No one can say that.
I haven't been involved with X Games in so long, and those were some of the happiest memories of my life. Maybe the most gratifying years. X Games has done a lot for my life, so to just be able to come back into that realm was just amazing, actually.
Tanner's produced hundreds of movies over the years and X Games medals and done basically everything there is to do in the sport. And something I love about Tanner Hall is just his absolute intensity. Literally 100% all in all the time.
My whole mentality is like right when I accepted the invitation, it was just survive until the end of January, because if I can survive through this, then the rest of the season is going to be wicked.
Compression.
Compression. I don't think I broke it. That was just a, yeah, I didn't break it. That was just a little impact. Now I know what it's going to be like.
So I guess I've known Tanner my whole life, pretty much. Nope, I haven't.
We grew up in the same valley together. We knew who each other were. Leland's been, you know, a snowboard photographer and filmer for many, many years. I've been in the ski world, so our paths didn't really cross too much, but we were on each other's radar, and once we linked up, it was just, I don't know, it mixed well.
That's a sick angle.
It's just if you would have like...
He got a sick angle.
For this contest specifically, you don't have that much time. You got to the end of January. Just having that short timeline really makes it intense.
So we just kind of started ironing out a plan and figuring out where to go.
And I think we picked Mount Baker because we were looking everywhere and nowhere really had snow at all. And Baker was just getting pounded on.
Decided we were gonna just try to shoot POW for the beginning because it looked like there was a little bit of it and there wasn't much in the streets to get anything done. So we went out there, we had a pretty good go at it. We built a couple jumps and the first one went really well.
She's all started the right direction. Yeah.
We hit one feature, warmed up nice, and the second feature we hit, I mean, I stomped a triple backflip on, and that kind of like set the tone of like, okay, here we go again, like it's on.
Tanner had a great first few weeks and we were going hard. We saw that Minnesota was starting to fire.
Leland has been out in Minnesota multiple years, shooting multiple features, so he had kind of a good grip on it.
First spot we hit was this down, flat down, kind of a traditional down, flat down. You know, Tanner went for it. Tanner got like a 270 on, fakie out, that was like super sick, and we were pretty hyped and just to get the ball rolling in the streets.
Dude, every feature we hit was brand new this year, and that's kind of like a thing too, where the uncomfortability was there a lot, I feel like, you know, and I wasn't surrounded by my normal surroundings and whatnot, but I feel like that's the real ski, you know? Judges don't want to see you go to your go-to rail to get your clips on. Especially these judges, they know, they're up to date. They're very in tune with all of us and what we can do.
I think it went really good. We had a few spots in the bag. We got shots at every one of them. Then Tanner had an unfortunate accident.
Little down ledge to a little drop to redirect tranny. Something I'm not used to again, but something that looks more than fun.
So this thing is just different, how you prepare for it and how you go out and how you get a clip, and it just brings an intensity I felt like to myself that just wasn't there in the past.
You guys thinking we looking good?
But it's like I like that I fed off of it, you know what I mean? That's why I think I stepped into a feature that I got hurt on that I like. Ain't nobody ever seen me slide a cement ledge that high off the ground with like a op tranny.
Oh, ow, dude.
something happened in the air where I'm still trying to put my finger on it.
He was just like, it's gone. And I was like, what's gone?
He's gone. Oh. I think I did. I did.
My Achilles tendon just couldn't take the force that it was put inside the boot, and it just snapped. Been through these injuries, and the good thing is my other 2 injuries before this one were bilateral, meaning I hurt the same, whatever I hurt on this leg, I did the same thing to the exact leg. And in 2005, I did both ankles and both heels. In 2009, I did both tibia plateaus and both ACLs. And in 2021, I did my left Achilles tendon. So my other injuries were bilateral, and it was to the point where it hurt so bad I couldn't really even go to the bathroom. Where this injury, not a lot of pain, no swelling.
You can look forward to Tanner coming back super strong next year. I can already tell he is fired up.
To gain the type of perspective I have now from my last injury and coming into this one, it's night and day, you know. To me, this is a paid vacation right now, and just getting my mind warmed back up to new ideas, and when I come back on my skis, it's just gonna be, I'm gonna be coming out swinging, you know what I mean? There's a lot of stuff left to be done with me and skiing, and I'm going back to Minnesota at some point, that's for sure. My name's Tanner Hall, and this is my X Games real ski video.
Off, everything shining, and never know the hard work, sweating and grinding. Boss move, timing to the top of the hill, I keep climbing, and I will never be ungrateful for all the blessings life collect. And I'm in this here to shine today. Haters keep on watching me. Born as a winner, never give up in a life. Yeah, I'm only getting bigger. Born as a winner, now forget one time I was a beginner, still I'm born as a winner. My ways bless me, see the bigger picture. Born as a winner, salute to my people right now. Me tell them say you better see me. We better than the norm, we different levels, getting different cars. From them see the gold medals, and everything we do, you know we really work on. Cause we real to the thing, can't ramp none at all. And every jump me, I forget a couple grand. They call me over Montreal and London. Tell them I'm a businessman, high school, Tanner Hall. Born as a winner, never give up in a life. Yeah, I'm only getting bigger. Born as a winner, now forget one time I was a beginner, still I'm born as a winner. My ways bless me, see the bigger picture. Born as a winner, salute to my people, you ever know.
Tanner, first impression, just heavy, just, you know, ski boss. It's what you expect from him, like the crazy triple back, dub back to redirect.
That's taken a lot of impact after a dub back, and he executed flawlessly.
He has the most backcountry of any of the athletes. We're providing them this platform to do anything they want, and he's the only one that's really going hard in the backcountry and in the streets.
It was cool to see him hit the street stuff, but there was a couple shots in there that he probably could have pulled if he hadn't gotten hurt. Urban features that per se were kind of weak, they had high consequences. So when you're sitting trying to judge these things, that's kind of something to take into consideration. Yeah, the trick was weak, but the feature was pretty gnarly. So where do you place that on an easy feature with a technical trick, you know?
We'll be right back with more X Games Real Ski. Welcome back to World of X Games Real Ski. Let's catch up with one of the most creative and stylish skiers, Taylor Lundquist, and her filmer, Gavin Rudy.
My name is Taylor Lundquist, and I'm from Park City, Utah.
This competition isn't just about who can win, it's about who's pushing the sport and who's changing and forming the sport and who's going to be remembered. And Taylor, in my opinion, is at the top of that list. She's growing it more than any of these other guys for this day and age. And so she's the one that deserved to be here the most.
I mean, she kills it. She can totally keep up with the boys. She's the ultimate perfect fit for the first female competitor to be in X Games Real Ski.
I kind of guessed that Taylor was gonna get this invite at some point. It's coming. Snowboarders got the women's invite. Taylor's gonna get it.
the best in the world at street skiing. We were hoping for a while, and I said to her probably 8 months ago, I was like, hey, it's like, if you get a real ski, you hit me up because I really want to film that.
Gavin's great. Definitely major motivator.
You got that.
I think we work really well together, and I couldn't have asked for a better filmer.
She's like super inspired by skating and snowboarding in a way that she kind of pulls from these other sports. I think she watches way more snowboarding and skateboarding than she watches skiing, but that's cool how she wraps that up into her own style and how she skis.
I guess my biggest inspiration in skiing in general was Hagearty. I used to rollerblade, so she was kind of the inspiration to me even starting. Gavin and I hung around this little apartment for a month and a half, hoping and praying that it would snow, and that never happened.
So crazy!
We had to make the move back to the Midwest, sent it out to Wisconsin. We were there for maybe 5 days, and then I hurt my knee. That was definitely a hardship.
She just sessioned it, and then the winch started to like act a little finicky, so we stopped sessioning it, and it was like 4 or 5 hours later. We were sitting on the Airbnb, and she's like, my knee like really doesn't feel right.
Rested for a couple days and wasn't getting better, so I made the send home. Came back to Utah after Wisconsin, got an MRI. They originally thought I tore my meniscus, but it ended up just being an ACL strain.
Good news is I don't see anything torn inside the knee. The meniscus looks okay. For the most part, everything looks pretty good inside there.
Crazy though, like I wasn't like, ow, my knee. There was not one time where I thought I hurt myself. Then it started hurting later in that day.
Taylor definitely recognizes how fortunate she is to get the first women's spot in real ski, and hopefully we keep seeing that trend over the next couple years and indefinitely.
Let's go!
She was really ambitious about how she wanted to come into the event.
I'm so stoked for this opportunity, and it's such a bummer that I hurt my knee because I had all these envisions of spots I've always wanted to hit or tricks that I've always wanted to do, and this was the perfect time to showcase it. But I feel like the clips I have now are kind of the clips that I wanted to have just in case, but like throw out when I got the bangers. It's fine, like nothing crazy, but
I think it's really sick that Taylor got an invite this year.
What she's doing is on that front end of skiing worldwide, and just being involved in this contest gives her such an opportunity to showcase her skiing and what female skiers around the world are capable of.
It's kind of a time to showcase your style and not worry about gender.
Yeah!
Hopefully all the other girls take a page out of Taylor's book and keep running with it, because there's so much potential. We were really proud of what she did, and especially in retrospect, like she went super hard. I think we were really proud last night to be like, oh, like it's real now, like especially after the injury and not putting the video together for a little while, and then it all came together, so we're pretty proud of that.
I'm Taylor Lundquist, and this is my real ski video.
Tell
lines are something distinct to Taylor's that is important and unexplored generally as they are in the urban ski world. We didn't see a lot of that this year, and Taylor did that really well. This segment just stands alone and holds its own as a real ski edit, and is something to be proud of.
You know, sliding to switch 50, like all super nice. How it tends to go is in those last couple weeks is really where you put in those heavy shots. You don't want to injure yourself right off the bat, so you kind of cater into that way, and I think that she might have missed out a little bit on that part of the filming that would have helped, you know, beef up her part more.
Let's catch up with Ferdinand Dahl and his filmer, Andrew Napier.
My name is Ferdinand Dahl and I'm from Norway.
With the new format this year, I think it's going to really lend itself to someone like Ferdy. Crushes so many different aspects of the sport, and his jump game is just insane, and he has such good style doing all these like next level tricks.
We're in little Cottonwood Canyons in Utah, and this area is so sick.
We couldn't be in a more fitting spot right now. Little Cottonwood Canyon, we've got Alta right here. This has been probably the most important place for free skiing in the last 2 decades. Chad's Gap is right over there, Pyramid Gap. We call this Guac Alley right here. There's been many legends who have gotten various tricks throughout here.
My favorite type of skiing is hard to pinpoint. I would say building some cool features up in places like this.
Are you going for this? Like,
yeah, probably.
Yeah, we didn't even take snow out.
The crew this year has been very amazing. Obviously, I can't hit all these spots by myself, and I've been very lucky to have a great crew this year, both back in Norway and here in the US.
Yeah, right there.
So today on the menu, we've got a nice double hip offering, which is a slightly unusual feature because it takes a lot more effort to build 2 features, it takes a lot longer to hike, and a lot more trial and error goes into it.
All right, I'm gonna just go from here and see.
Ferdy hit it once, it looked really good. He even did it all with a shovel in his hand, so that's a good sign.
We are probably gonna fill in this in-run so we can get a better angle for the hip.
These are honestly things that you would never know that you're actually doing, and sometimes you can do 5 or 6 days of shoveling and you won't even see it in the shop because it's just to make it look normal.
He's by far the hardest working guy at the spot, so that's very nice to have. Building and helping out. Andrew has been working very hard, and when I was in Norway hitting street back home, he was on Google Maps looking for spots and sent several spots that we actually hit.
Calling the director.
Oh my God.
He'll answer, I'm sure. He always answers my calls.
Honestly, I think the easiest part of the whole video is actually filming it once the skier's ready. I think the hardest part is finding the places, finding the snow, finding somewhere where you're not going to get kicked out of a spot, and putting in, you know, 2 or 3 days work, getting everything set up, and then once everything's set up, usually kind of the stars just align and the shots happen. It's when you kind of force something and you're struggling and you're doing something that shouldn't really happen in the first place when bad things usually happen.
You okay?
That was straight through.
Oh no.
When was the last time someone cut their elbow on a rock on a pow jump?
We've just been hitting whatever we've been able to hit with the conditions. What? That's like a beautiful movie. Hopefully we'll all end up with something we're all stoked on.
Let's go!
My name is Ferdinand Dahl, and this is my real ski video. One more, sorry.
just raw, like a happy dude that is stoked on skiing.
The thing I liked about Ferdy's video would be that he had everything in there. He had street, powder, park, and it was a really well-rounded video.
For me, Ferdy's video, the only critique on the film is that it just felt like a lot of different cooks in the kitchen. It felt like a lot of different filmers or different styles. Like it didn't have one consistent flow and feel like I was kind of expecting from Napier. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with X Games Real Ski. And welcome back to World of X Games Real Ski. Now let's check in with one of the smoothest guys on the urban scene, Lupe Hagearty, and his filmer, Owen Dahlberg.
My name is Lupe Hagearty. I'm from West Hartford, Connecticut. The way I found out, I was in Oregon on the coast, and I was linking up with LJ.
I gotta tell him that he was in there. We were surfing together at Seaside.
He just started like saying all this nice stuff to me, like, dude, you've been killing it for so long, like blah, blah, blah. And
dude, I wanna tell you, man, you've been so inspirational. You've been hitting urban for so damn long and like, just like waiting to get yours.
I thought he was like letting me down kind of nicely, being like, you didn't get a spot again this year.
Hey Lupe, can I make your day? Can I tell you something pretty cool?
Then he like pulls his phone up and he's like,
you're invited. He's just like, no way, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah. I'm gonna be in X Games.
It was literally a dream come true. I still get goosebumps like thinking about it. You know, when you're filming street, like the grind is real. The amount of driving you're doing and scoping, building, there's so much that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, there was one cold day in New York, Buffalo. We were hitting a rail right by the river. Lupe was in this pretty big battle, and
you got that.
I was trying to figure out a way to get through to him to not think about the stress of trying to get the shot too much. And I was like, all right, Lupe, if you lace this right here, I'll jump into the river.
Said it. I said I was going in the river if you landed that one.
Ended up having to jump into this cold river middle of January in my boxers.
All right, this one's for Lupe.
Physically and mentally, he's been someone that just like helps me through the ups and downs, and like when I'm doubting myself, you know, just being a good friend and someone to motivate me, and like I wouldn't want to do this with anyone else.
Hey, we at the spot right now. Tom's about to get clipped up. First night spot in Pittsburgh, and there's a lot of snow here. We left Salt Lake and drove 28 hours because there was no snow there, and we're here to get clipped up, baby.
Came here last night and built the tranny and got a ladder, got to get up on the roof and hopefully build a drop-in real quick, and yeah, hopefully we can get in and out. Yeah, everything worked out super smooth. It's really nice when that happens because a lot of times in the streets, you know, you end up having to rearrange and change the build.
Just wrapped up this one spot, and now we're headed up to New Hampshire. About to go hit this big dam that we got the word from a buddy, hopefully to go.
We left Harrisburg, PA, and drove 7 hours to New Hampshire just kind of on a whim. Like, we'd never seen this spot before, and like we knew it was hittable, but it was a big toss-up. Yeah, we got super lucky. It's probably the most snow I've seen on the East Coast in a long time, so perfect for a really big build. We shoveled all day and got the trick. It was definitely kind of a gamble, like leaving somewhere with snow to maybe go 7 hours where we could get a cool shot.
Hey Lupe, what's today?
It's Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas.
That's it.
My name is Lupe Hagearty, and this is my real ski.
I personally love like a big, tall, high rail with a back four out. And he had that big, like, just sculpture. To me, that's just always gonna be one of the most like aesthetically pleasing shots. Like, I'm actually really jealous of that spot and kind of want to. Lupe, if you want, you can tell me where that is.
You know, a lot of flat rails in Lupe's video. That would be the only negative for me. He did different tricks on all of them, but still just the spot selection. Could have maybe hit a couple different things.
Let's check in with X Games slopestyle gold medalist, Alex Hall, and his filmer, Etienne Merel.
My name is Alex Hall, and I'm living in Salt Lake City right now, but I grew up in Zurich, Switzerland.
Don't scream like you.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm gonna try. I've known Etienne for a super long time. He films all the faction edits, so we know each other super well.
The new red camera.
And he picks up my food for me too, from Olive Garden, so. We're just talking about you right now.
And I've been filming with him since then, so like we know each other pretty well.
Remember when you bounce? Super slow, the 180, okay?
Yeah, because I'm gonna have airtime.
Yeah.
Yep. Today he followed me over like legit a cliff drop.
I like to do full cams for sure, because I think it makes the shot super dynamic.
When he said he was gonna fall cam me on the spot, I was like, dude, no way you're fall camming me on this spot. And he did it like super chill, which was crazy, but definitely super good skier and really good at fall cams, which helps a lot for the POW stuff, I think.
Was that a little too slow on the speed, or was that perfect?
No, speed was good. I think Alex is a skier who likes to do big tricks, but also creative tricks. He's like all the creative aspects in freeskiing.
No, just at the end, like right there.
The tranny, huh?
Yeah.
He'll like go the extra mile a lot of the time to try and make it work for me as a skier.
Most of the spots we did, we were using winch, but when you're only two people, me, I can like run the winch and pan the camera. Like for a couple spots, I set a tripod, press the red button, ran to the winch, cast the winch for Alex, and then after, like on post-production, I have to do like a crop zoom thing to make it look good, but sometimes that was a mess, yeah, but that was the only way to do it.
We hit the spot in Breck. It's like urban backcountry.
That was sketchy.
We built for 6 hours, and we're gonna go send tomorrow.
Luckily there was a river nearby, so we were able to get water from the river and use it for the lip of the jump because the snow was so bad. But the next day we went up early, had to drag the winch out a mile. It was so terrible, like in knee-deep snow. Took us like an hour to get the winch back. Tried this trick all day. My skis were just getting super scraped up on this ledge, and ended up snapping them too, but I just had like no speed. Each try got harder because my skis kept getting slower and slower, so I kind of had to call it. Tried like all day the first day, trick didn't end up working out, and then we were like debating whether I'd go back or not, and then we decided like we kind of went all the way to Colorado for this one spot, and that was the only spot we had lined up, so we went back the next day. We just left the winch at the spot overnight, like in the middle of nowhere, because we didn't want to haul it twice. It was a lot of tries. Like I kept getting really close like early on, and then
So there's always something wrong. Like the last one I felt locked and then my ski comes off.
my skis would get really slow, or like something would go wrong with like the winch or something.
Are you able to get it off?
Yeah, I just turned the clutch and the gas all the way off.
So I ended up actually bringing 2 pairs of skis up that day so I could switch if my skis got too scraped up. And that was a good call because on the try I got it, I actually switched skis that try and had the new skis and ended up landing the trick, which was super dope. Definitely super proud of that river shot.
That's the most I've ever hated doing a trick in my life.
So this one, just look right at the camera.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for this. My name is Alex Hall and this is my real ski video.
But for you was the green hat you said was cool. I was a dress adjust, but for you was the green hat you said. you thought was cool. This night, someone was in the air. Gentle mixture of hearts. This night, someone was in the air. Gentle mixture of hearts. It's a it's a it's the light right away, so we don't miss it. It's a it's a it's the light right away, so we don't miss it. This night, someone was in the air. Gentle mixture of hearts. This night, someone was in the air. Gentle mixture of hearts.
Man, Alex's first impression was completely insane. Wow, completely just mind-blowing segment.
A-Halls leaves me speechless. I mean, he just changed the game on multiple fronts in 90 seconds.
You know, like you have those things that's like on your dream list, and then you see someone else do it, and like you're so stoked, but you're kind of bummed that he did it and you didn't. That was watching his part.
But if there was any critique, it's just so rush, clip, that I don't get to see the true value of what ATN brings to the table in the editing booth.
This is it right here, I'm holding it. All that pain and struggle, putting their lives on the line, the athletes are physically only competing for this piece of metal right here, ultimately. But I think it just speaks to what these athletes are all about. It's not about this piece of metal. It's about the prestige and the knowledge that you put out the best edit of the year and you won X Games gold.
We've had some intense and heated debates, but when we return, we'll tally the votes and crown a new X Games Real Ski gold medalist. Welcome back to World of X Games Real Ski, and if you're just tuning in, here's a quick recap. After hours of intense debate, the judges have made their decision. It's time to hand out the X Games gold medal. Tom? Yo, bud, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
Oh, nice. Chillin'. If you mind just like coming outside, grab like a jacket or whatever, and we'll just like film a couple pickups. Yeah, I think he was pretty surprised. We set him up for a little bit of an interview, and it turned out to be an X Games medal ceremony. So it should only take like, I don't know, 10 or 15 minutes. Hey guys, Tom Walsh here. X Games Real Ski 2021 has come to a close, and we're here to surprise my boys with an X Games gold medal. A little deception. Congratulations, Alex Hall, X Games Real Ski gold medalist.
No way. That's actually hilarious. I really thought we were just doing some interview or something.
Nope, no interview here. Gold medalist.
Oh my, I'm like shaking right now. This means so much to me. Like that's probably the most important X Games medal I have, I'd say right there. So thank you Real Ski, thank you X Games, thank you Tom. Woo, I don't know what to say right now, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Etienne, what's up bro?
What's up?
How's Finland?
Cold.
Check it out.
X Games gold medal.
Yeah!
A big congratulations to all the contestants on amazing video parts. I'm your host, Tom Walsh, and thanks for watching X Games Real Ski.
Thank you so much. Half of it's yours. We got 2 of them.
Well, good job, Alex.
Yo, good job to you. Thank you so much.